The crypto market is celebrating, and it's all because of one reason. The S&P 500 has hit a new all-time high. We know there's correlation between stocks and Bitcoin. At the top is the S&P 500, at the bottom is Bitcoin. Both tend to bottom out at the same time, both tend to top out at the same time, and now we have a nice stock rally fueled by a potential easing of the Iran conflict. And so risk on assets go up, altcoins go up. But the question is, for how long? This here comes from Glassnode. It shows the realized price, the true market mean, the active investor mean, and the short-term holder realized price. There are many resistances close to the 80k mark. Let's have a look at the short-term holder cost basis or the realized price in a bit more detail. It tends to be a somewhat reliable support during a bull market and resistance during a bear market. We have bounced off that resistance in the middle of January of this year. And again, now that resistance is at 80k, or to be a bit more specific, $80,000, $896. When we look at the number of short-term holders in profit or in loss, that's very much balanced right now. The overall average cost basis, so the overall realized price, is still below the current price though. That's at $54,000. And in prior bear markets, we tended to fall below that price level before we could turn around. So what is it? Will altcoins continue to rally because the S&P 500 goes up more? Or do we face massive resistance? And are we in for another sell-off? And do we have to come below that realized price first? Have a look at the realized profit and loss ratio. So this is a 30-day exponential moving average. We tended to fall in the negatives, in the red, at the end of every bear market. We have already fallen below it this time. But note how in the past we also had our fake outs. We had more loss realization than profit realization over here and over here. But subsequently, Bitcoin still fell from 50k all the way to 15k. So this signal, unfortunately, is not very reliable. What signal is reliable though? Let's have a look at the perfect golden cross or death cross. I've made an analysis for Bitcoin. I checked all the different combinations for a shorter term and a longer term moving average and tried to figure out what's historically the best for Bitcoin. Some moving average combinations work better than others. The best combination is over here, the 2-day with the 116-day simple moving average. If we take a fixed betting price, this is how our equity line develops over time, so it's a very nice constant winner. And while we have already crossed the 116-day simple moving average with the price, we have not yet crossed it with the moving average. So that's why the backtests are useful. If we stay at our current price level today on the 18th of April and we close the day UTC time zone midnight at that price level, then the moving averages will cross. We've got a golden cross and that would be bullish. But there might also be the slight risk that today isn't that bullish, that we sell off again and then we get rejected one more time. This is an extremely close call. We had that close call on the 26th of October of last year. We had that again in the middle of January of this year, and now it's yet another major decision that's going to be made over the course of the next hours. Here's how much that strategy of the 2-day and the 216-day simple moving average outperformed just buying and holding. We moved from 21% per annum, so we start the backtest in 2018, to 152% per annum. The maximum drawdown is comparable though, the maximum drawdown duration is not. We do have some volatility because we do introduce some leverage as well. This is the optimal leverage, 2.5x long and 2x short. And if you're wondering how often does this strategy change positions, on average it's every 60 days. We can also look at how well does this work over time, because this here is for the entire data set from the beginning of 2018 to today. But here is what that looks like over time. So this is our selected moving average combination, and the star that shows during a particular 4-year period what was the best combination at the time. So we go here with half-year increments, we look at 4-year windows, we check what was the best golden and death cross for Bitcoin, and we do see that for the majority of the time this particular combination is actually not that bad. So I continue to use it. It's actually not just simulations. We started trading that strategy in October of last year. We are up somewhere around 5 to 10%, while Bitcoin during the same time period lost 37%. So again, we've got our outperformance to a similar degree as we expected with the backtest. Here's where we started, here's where we are now. And interestingly enough, the current resistance that we already see in the short-term holder price level and that we see here with our backtest. We can even see this in the trend channel in those two parallel lines. Those lines have been drawn quite a while ago. The Bitcoin price respects it. And so let's just see what happens today. If we suddenly sell off and we should continue to stay bearish, or if we suddenly break out and things become very bullish. We might just stay at the current level. That would already be enough to satisfy the condition to buy according to the best moving average combination. So if you want to be part of the Bitcoin trend follower, that's over here. Automatic copy trading, that's for the premium members. There's also a similar trend follower for Ethereum and for Solana. And there's another one where we bet on altcoins long-term to underperform. That's a strategy that's independent of market movements. Since the beginning of the year, it's up roughly 10%. And that's also in line with our expectations, which is 44% per annum. So everything is going according to plan. We will get a decision very soon. We will see whether or not the crypto market will freak out about those high prices and take profit, or if it's open to continue to get carried by traditional finance, to continue to emulate the gains that are being made in the stock market. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to give it a like. Feel free to also subscribe. I publish videos regularly on this channel. You can also check out the premium membership. Again, this is where you can join the copy trading, where you can also get access to the analytics platform and create your own backtests as well. So that's when you want to dive a little bit deeper and refine your altcoin trading. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.